AI is everywhere, be it playing chess with us, or probably helping us in stock market, or even helping us write code. Data scientists and machine learning engineers have created large language models. With the help of these large language models, you can write a book, you can write a research paper, you can even cite a research paper. All these models are generally available on a paid subscription plan. Today, we will see how you can run them for free offline on your laptop or desktop. It will help you create a proof of concept so that you can build upon this new technology and leverage it. Alright, let's dive in. Hello there. So let's see how you can run GenAI models on your laptop. Right? This is a very beginner-friendly walkthrough. All you need is just a Windows, Mac, or a Linux laptop or a desktop, and you need access to internet and permissions to install downloaded software so that you can run these software. So what does it take to run a GenAI model or a large language model on your laptop? Basically, what does it take to even run software like or an application like ChatGPT or Gemini or Bard on your laptop without internet connection, without any subscription fees? What does it take? The solution involves two key components, right? Number one, you need a software which can download large language model with its weights. And number two, you need a UI so that you can interact with these models. So let's start off with the three simple steps which you have to follow. Please make sure that you follow along instead of just watching. Just follow along. You can do it, pause it, you can do it, and then you can again play it. End of the video, by the time you finish the video, you should be having a GenAI model up and running on your system, right? So first of all, the first step, you install Ollama, right? Ollama is basically a simple software which will help you download these large language models. You go to ollama.com and then click on download, hit the download button. You will be having different options to download for your operating system. Choose your operating system and download. What I have here is a Mac OS, and then I'm just basically using a Safari to go to ollama.com and then download the Ollama software. Once I download the software, you should be able to run it. Once you run it by typing Ollama, you should be able to see a small llama here, right? Can you see this one? You can see a llama here, a llama that's up and running, which is basically telling me that Ollama is up and running, right? What you can do is with this is you need to first of all click on models, and here is where you can download all of these models. All of these are open source models, open source large language models, which will interact with you just like how ChatGPT or Bard or Gemini or any other large language model interacts with you, right? So second step, install Docker Desktop. We need to install Docker Desktop so that we can run the UI needed. We are going to run the UI which is needed to interact with the model. So all you need to do is go to docker.com, go to products and click on Docker Desktop, and here you have a download Docker Desktop. Make sure you just choose the type of software you need for the kind of operating system you're running. Once you download Docker Desktop and once you basically run it like typing Docker, you should be able to see a simple Docker icon on top, right? Again, if it's Windows, it'll be on bottom. If it's Linux, again, it's top or bottom, depending on the theme you're using. Anyways, once you have done that, you should be able to see a Docker software up and running, right? What else you need? Okay, you have the Ollama, you have the Docker Desktop. What else you need? You need a UI so that you can interact with the model, right? So now what you do is go to OpenWebUI, go to openwebui.com. All the links are in the description, so you can check it out whenever you're free or whenever you're doing it. Go all the way to Docs. When you go to Docs, you can see that OpenWebUI is going to give you a nice software which looks like this, which basically gives you a chat interface to interact with these downloaded models, right? So what you do is basically go to OpenWebUI. You can see this is the features. all you can do is click on getting started, and then you can go to quick start, where you can basically choose docker compose, and it's basically giving you a nice I would say nice simple docker-compose.yml file, right? So what are we going to do? We're just going to copy this YAML file, right? Copy this YAML file, and then open up our VS Code. So let me just open my code editor. Here's my code editor. I'm just going to create a new file called docker-compose.yml, right? And then here, I'm just going to make sure I close the sidebar and then paste my data, which is there on OpenWebUI. This is going to run OpenWebUI on port 3000. For all the front-end engineers there who are already running different applications on port 3000, if you want to tweak a little bit, I have a tweaked version of the same Docker file, and I can basically go to the tweaked version of it, going all the way to just GitHub and Docker Compose. Here is a tweaked version of the Docker file. I'm going to copy this entire file and then paste it here, right? I'm also adding an additional environment variable called web auth false. I don't need login pages because it's my laptop. I don't want to log in there. It's my laptop, and I want to directly get into the software without logging in and registrations and things like that, right? With this, what we do, we are going to open up a terminal window here. So in that terminal window, you can just type docker compose up. So let's go to docker compose up -d. So that is actually the last piece of puzzle, where you're basically running the OpenWebUI as a Docker container by, first of all, copy pasting the docker compose file, so creating a new file out of it. And don't worry, the link is there on the description. You can click on it and that's the file. Once you create a new file, you're just going to run docker compose up. Once you run docker compose up, you should be having our OpenWebUI up and running. So let's see, OpenWebUI up and running on port 1024, which means I open a new tab and then just go to localhost 1024. Let's refresh once, again. Yep. And here you have OpenWebUI up and running. So once you are here, you need to first of all work with you can't directly chat because there are no models. What do you want to do? You want to go to controls and basically go to settings by clicking on the avatar, click on settings. And here you can go all the way to admin settings and then go all the way to models, right? In here, you can download the models. All these models are the same models what you can find from Ollama, right? So you can basically download those models by directly typing the name. I already have some models which I have already downloaded. If you want to download a new model, you can go to Ollama. Let's take this one. Let's take 5.3.5. All I want to do is just copy 5.3.5 here and go all the way to the admin panel. And then just enter the model name 5.3.5. Let's basically download it. You can see it's pulling the manifest. It's downloading the large language model here. It's downloading the large language model. Once the download is done, then you can select the large language model with which you want to interact, and then ask questions. And then of course it's going to answer just like how you see your Perplexity or ChatGPT or Grok or Claude or Bard or Gemini, all these different large language models. Just like how they behave, these large language models also behave the same way, right? So it's almost done. Our download is almost done. I am downloading the 5.3.5 model. So that's here. It's a lightweight AI model with 3.8 billion parameters. With performance overtaking similar larger sized models. Okay, so let's see here. It's done. You see it's 100%. Now what we do is we click on the sidebar and just click on new chat. And here I'm just going to select our model 5.3.5. It's almost getting ready there. So let's wait for it to be up and running. It's verified. It's done. So let's refresh the page once. Once I refresh the page, I'm just going to select the 5.3.5 latest model, and then let's ask it. Okay, so tell me a good joke What is a good joke? Just tell me a joke about TypeScript. Just like how you interact with your ChatGPT models, here it is. Here is your joke about TypeScript, right? So why did the JavaScript programmer go to therapy? Because he had too many type issues, right? Well, like this, you can basically interact with the models, and then the advantage of working with these models locally is it runs offline. You can disconnect the internet and you can disconnect Wi-Fi and still work with it. You can still chat with it. It will interact with you. No subscription fees. You can go one step ahead. You can actually click on this plus button and upload files. You can upload your PDF and tell it to read through the PDF and then give you a summary of it if you want. Sandbox environment. It can act as a sandbox environment so that you can build proof of concepts with these tools, right? Stay tuned. In the upcoming videos, what we are going to see is how you can create a new model using these large language models, how you can do a RAG implementation, how you can do prompt engineering and ask better questions. We will also see how you can take the proof of concept and then take it to next level by moving it to production and use better models from Amazon Bedrock, and how that can benefit your business or how that can benefit your role, right? So I hope you all enjoyed, and make sure that you stay tuned and play around with the models. Large language models are up and running for you locally, right? Stay tuned. See you in the next episode. Thank you.